Good evening. Tonight, it's Moment of Magic time. It's been an interesting.
Every night is moment of magic time. Sorry.
Told her, I said, don't do that.
I had to do it because he told me not to. Okay, go ahead.
No, I totally forgot. I had all my lines laid out, so now it's going to be a moment of magic right off the top of my head. We we've sort of been surrounded by all kinds of low level magic or like little weird little events that have been happening that are synchronous in some way with the various kinds of things that were going on. Gene has had a particularly interesting week with the infinite possibilities of artificial intelligence. So what really happened is that she got interested in infinity and how it works its way into your daily activities. So Gene has a lot of stuff to say about that, and I might jump in there with things of my own. Take it away, Gene.
Okay, so I have been playing around with the concept of infinity, with particularly the symbol of infinity, which, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do, it's this figure 8 sideways, basically. Um, so there's a few. It appears in many different ways and in many different subject matters. So, for instance, in the metaphysical realm, it is the eternal, the sign of eternity, the sign of total balance, a symbol for unity in duality. It's a dance of opposites. It's the masculine and the feminine. It's the shadow and the light. It's spirit and matter. And it represents that. If you're just joining us, we're working with the infinity symbol, particularly. In mathematics, it's a paradox because it's a quantity, but it's not quantifiable. It's necessary to understand numbers, but it's also infinite. So it really doesn't have a quantity, or it has all quantities. You might want to weigh in on this because math is never my strong suit.
I talk about infinity a lot with Gene, especially, and I think about it quite a bit. And for me, the the power of infinity is the one thing that we as physical etheric creatures do is create infinity. We are the nexus of creation of infinity. And so it's a mathematical concept, it's a mystical concept, it's a it's almost a lynch point or a liminal point maybe
It is a
of
liminal point.
of life in the universe.
Yes. So anyway, in physics, it's actually, and I have to read my notes here. It mirrors what physicists call non-locality, which means particles can be connected in infinite space and time, I think. Anyway, it sort of reflects entanglement. If something changes in over here, this particle, if it's connected, is going to shift as well, and that connection is never broken. So it's another really good illustration of infinity. It also is a bridge between dualities in physics. It's particle and wave. It's a bridge between particle and wave, between matter and energy, between observer and the observed. So it appears in many different ways in many different fields of operation. So, hey, Regina. So anyway, there's a few ways I've been playing with it, and obviously, since crystals are my thing, there's a way you can meditate with crystals that are somewhat opposing in nature, or light and dark. So if you're working with that balance point of infinity, you can work with a quartz crystal, for instance, and a black tourmaline. And when you're in meditation, you can hold them and meditate, and this kind of works with polarity as well. So if you just sit in meditation, you don't have to do anything really, but just feel, and then switch hands at a certain point, and you'll feel the energy. It kind of it shifts over. I don't know how else to explain that. I don't know if you
I
can.
thought that was pretty good.
Okay,
Moving. It's a moving thing.
it's a moving thing. It
Infinity is not static.
You're right.
It actually,
Exactly.
the best thing to think of is like rivers flowing, um, the heavenly bodies moving through the sky continually. Everything kind of is always moving along. And as we create infinity, we're actually making it, in a sense, bigger. Because as you create it, you're making more of it. So you're creating a space as well.
So there is another little way to play with it, a little meditation of just actually taking a crystal, and you can do this with your hand as well. I like the crystals, and just tracing the infinity sign in front of your heart space, and just close your eyes and begin to feel that space sort of balancing out left to right, dark to light. You can think of working with the masculine side of you, working with the feminine side of you. And just there's many different ways that you can meditate just while making this motion very slowly. And as you cross the center and go to the right, for instance, you can breathe out. And as you cross the center and go to the left, you can breathe in. Or as you go to the left, you can release a feeling or emotion. As you go to the right, you can call in what you need. And that point in the center is the pause, it's the balance point, and it's where everything shifts. So if you're working with release and calling in, for instance, you would focus in the center. And really, when you cross that point, that portal, really, you can go into the other side without whatever you came to get rid of, if that makes sense. So it's a meeting of shadow and light. It's a meeting of the masculine and feminine, and it's a point. As you do this, you get really like
Woozy?
more just balanced. You really feel balanced. So it's a really nice meditation to sort of contemplate shadow and light, or contemplate balance, or really come into balance. You could just not contemplate anything and do the motion, and you would begin to feel the sides of your body just physically come into balance. So it's a fun thing to contemplate, and it's just another way of working with that symbol of infinity, which is another way of just really connecting to that bridge between spirit and matter, or between light and dark, between masculine, feminine, and the symbol itself represents the unity in all of that duality. So anyway, that was our moment of magic for this week, and it's been a pleasure. And we will see you again next week. Yeah, hope you're enjoying your summer. And
Which is a magical time.
Which is, yes, a liminal time of magic. So we will be back next week at 7 with another moment of magic. Thank you all so much.